Good morning, everybody watching this video. It is, what time? It is 10 a.m. No, not 10 a.m., almost 11. 10:50 about. I'm on my way to the Priory of St. John. St. John Priory. Look at that sky. Gray, but fluffy. Fluffy blue skies over here. Well, clouds. Fluffy clouds against blue skies. The weather has been, I don't know if it was a dream or if it was real life, but I heard heavy rains in the middle of the night or this morning. So I was expecting today to be gloomy, but it is still blue skies. I love it. My favorite weather. Okay, back to this conversation here. Back to this conversation. What were we talking about? We're talking about boring things. Let's talk about something interesting. What's interesting? Okay, so yesterday I had an idea of talking about Tsinelas. Cultural differences regarding Tsinelas. So in the United States, I just burped. In the United States of America, where I grew up, we don't call them Tsinelas. Technically translates to slippers, or whatever, sort of, technically, that's what people say. However, in the United States of America, slippers are those footwear that we wear inside the house that are usually fluffy. I don't know, they're for indoor use. So another use for the word Tsinelas is what we call in America flip-flops or sandals. But sandals, for me, flip-flops are like the casual ones that are like cheapo, that don't have the straps in the back. Those are flip-flops. Sandals, I don't know, whatever. And so there's like cultural differences of what is acceptable to wear and where they're acceptable to wear and where they're not acceptable to wear. Going to the mall in the States during the summertime, I have no problem going to the mall in flip-flops or Tsinelas. That's like normal. Here, I also have no problem with it. But when I go to the mall, I look around and everyone else is wearing shoes, sneakers, or nice sandals. And I'm like, man, I look haggard. I look hags today compared to everyone else, which I look haggard compared to everyone else, like pretty much 97% of the time. So that's nothing new. Which brings, so the funny story. I went to, where did I go? I went to Spain when I was 18, which I mentioned in one of my previous videos as well. And I remember bringing flip-flops, Tsinelas, whatever you want to call them, on pilgrimage, which was fine. And they were fine with it, going on pilgrimage with them, because they were like comfortable and you know, for walking and stuff like that. So they were fine with it, I was fine with it, whatever. But then mine broke. The strap, the thong thing, it just came off and I couldn't wear them anymore. I kept putting them back into the hole and like putting paper in there to like fix them. But they just kept breaking. So one time I got fed up and I took them off before I went into the chapel. We were going to mass and my flip-flop broke and we went to the chapel. And in my head, that was perfectly fine because I was taught you leave your shoes outside. You go to someone's house, often you leave your shoes outside of the adoration chapel, blah blah blah. Especially in the Philippines. See, I grew up in a Filipino. I was very involved in a Filipino charismatic group. So yes, we did take off our shoes before entering the adoration chapel, often, as we do here in the Philippines. However, when I took them off to go to the mass in Spain, the sister was like, oh, don't tell me you just went in there with just your feet. Don't tell me you just went in there with she didn't talk like that. That's how people talk in like New York or something. She was Irish. And I was like, what did I do wrong? Yeah, that was kind of funny for me because it was actually one of my first times leaving the country. I think I had only been to Philippines before that, and Canada, but Canada's like almost the same. Yay, but what was I gonna say? So that was my first experience of like cultural differences. Anyway, I am here. And I'm late.
Brothers and sisters, let us acknowledge our sins and